Okay, so this little talk is about divot repair. Every cart has a bottle or two of divot mix, and that's what we hope you'll use it for. However, in a case like this, where the divot is very big and deep and juicy, as I call it, that golfer probably should have walked up, grabbed that divot, brought it back, and replaced it. That's what we would prefer. Point of repairing your divot, either by replacing it or refilling it with the sand, is to leave the spot playable for the next guy whose ball happens to land there. When you're replacing a divot, you kind of want to put it back the way it left. So there's a thick side and a thin side to how he hit that, and that you should be able to replace it to where you wouldn't even know it was there. Last thing you do, step it down. By this afternoon, that thing will have roots in the ground.
And if for some reason you can't replace your divot, we're asking you to use just a little bit of sand. You don't need to fill it to the top, you just need to put a little bit in, and that will be plenty to work. And finally, for the walkers, if you come over left of one tee box where the scorecard holders are, there's actually a box over here where you can get some sand and seed for your divots. What we're asking everyone is just to do their part. That's why we're doing these videos. If you're out on the golf course and you're waiting, you can use some of this sand to fill in other divots you see as well. Same way with the ball marks. If you see an extra one on the green, we're just asking you, please do us a favor and fix it. Keep our golf course beautiful.
Okay, so we're going to talk about pitch marks a little bit. As you can see, this is a nice deep one. What we prefer you to do is repair your pitch mark and maybe a few others too if you see them. Preferably you use the one that's the tool that's provided by the pro shop. It's a single prong, and what your goal is to push the turf together, not pull up soil from underneath. That'll leave a mark that'll heal in much longer time than just getting the grass to touch from the sides. Now, if a pitch mark does leave a little bit of chunk of sod like this, don't try to replace that. This is garbage. So here's, you start from the outside and you just work it in. Again, little piece of sod, do away with it. And then the last thing you want to do, and the most important step, is to tap it flat with your putter. And you can see that all the grass is touching, the pitch mark is gone, and we haven't done further damage by trying to dig it upward. Now you can see in this little area here, we have some unrepaired ball marks. As you can see, what happens when you don't get that grass together, it leaves this void, and that takes a very, very long time for that grass to come together. So it's going to look like this for a real long time. So the bottom line is fix your ball mark, and if you hit a ball onto that green with any kind of altitude at all, you did make a ball mark, so find it and fix it. And fix a few others too. Oh, one more thing while I'm here on the green. For those who chew, dip, or who do the sunflower seed thing, the green is not where those things should end up. Spitting the seeds, spitting the dip on the green is unhygienic for one, because somebody is going to have to remove that. And we really don't want, as a grounds department, don't want to have your DNA on our hands. And then secondly, with cigar ashes, cigar butts, cigarette butts, those belong in the rough or in your cart once they're not being smoked anymore. Okay, so this may sound minor, but we hate finding water in the bottle still. It's kind of a waste of water because that just goes straight to the garbage. The turf loves water, so before you throw away your bottle of water, go ahead and get rid of the water on the turf. And then, little hack to avoid the wind from taking these bottles all over the golf course, which it usually does, just crush it up, then put the cap on. So we're here on the chipping area, and what we just saw was something that I'm going to yell at him about later, and that is, on the chipping area, we've provided these divot boxes with divot mix in them, and we're asking you, the player, to clean up after yourself on the chipping area, as well as in the chipping bunker. So what Mr. Sellers should have done before he left Just a nice little coat, and you really don't have to worry about overfilling because Mother Nature takes care of anything that's over the top, or the mowers will, but just to fill it flat, that really helps. Thanks. On the practice tee, what we're asking you to do is, in order to preserve the turf and have it ready for you the next time we come through on the circuit, is to try and hit your divots one behind the other so it makes a line, just like that. That will heal much faster than if you take out a large patch of divots like this. That's going to take a good part of the season to recover fully. And this pattern here, where it's just randomly spread out, that's about the worst way to do it, because it just doesn't allow for this station to be reused until that's fully healed.